Hi, my name is Eincrou and welcome to my stereoscopic 3D Let's Play of Obduction in virtual reality. So it's time. It's time to do some stuff here on Hunrath. Oh, hello. I was just wondering about that in the previous part. Turns out I do have a security feed in the garage. Interesting. So what is all this? Hunrath, Murray, Mofang, Captar. So I guess this is where CW is getting his leads from all the trees. And Hunrath, that's us. Murray, I think that's the verdant world, I believe. Mofang, I think that's the... I don't know what world Mofang is. But Captar, that's the one I've been spending a lot of time in with the big machine. That one is green and it's powered up. So I expect we're going to have to come back to this place for some activities later on. Okay, I didn't do anything. I guess we'll have to use that later. Someone's spent a lot of time working this thing up. So we'll mess with that later. For now, time to go down below. I still don't know how I was supposed to know that the license plate that was the code was District of Columbia. I have not seen District of Columbia anywhere else in the game. Mayors, Luther Roscoe, approximately 500 BH to 3 BH. Carl Hunrath, 0 to 10,220 AH. So I guess AH means after Hunrath became mayor? Is that how it works? John Farley, 10,220 AH to 13,140 or 90 AH. Benjamin Sims, okay, we've seen his grave. 13,190 AH to 16,945 AH. Caroline Farley was mayor from 16,995 AH to 16,000. Okay, so that is 400. That is 45. 945 AH. 16,978 AH. Joseph Peter Jansen. Mayor to the present. Let's get this unlocked. Finally. Feels good to unlock that door. All these warnings. An Iowa plate. What's the significance of that? Why is the Iowa plate here? Why am I able to pick this up? Oh, there's something written on it. I can't read it in this Oculus, though. Compass. Whoa. Whoa, what's it doing? Whoa, stop it. It's affected by my head movement. So it kind of glitches out there. Whoops. Yeah, I want to flip it around. Come on. The fact that my head movements affect it is really a problem. It says DC. Is that Washington, DC? Was I supposed to get in here before accessing that ladder or elevator? Could be. I don't know what the code was for this, though. And I still don't. Got some stuff to read here. Mr. Mayor, at your behest, here is the information pertaining to the... It's just always blurry, no matter what I do. Even if I just look at it with one eye, it's blurry. It's out of focus. Pertaining to the... bleeder, its history, and some of the engineering behind it. Yeah, I cannot read it, I'm sorry. I have to take a screenshot. So that's that. It said page 1 of 2 there. There's page 2 of 2. Okay, so the bleeder is that big object out there. Gotcha. So I can find it here in the screenshots. Alright. Mr. Mayor, at your behest, here's the information pertaining to the bleeder, its history, and some of the engineering behind it. The bleeder project was designed and built at the request of Mayor Sims to collect and dissipate the ever-increasing power in the entire ecosystem. Mayor Sims was reluctant to allow the system to come to fruition as he and others had become suspicious of Mayor Farley's death. He believed that without knowing more precisely what would happen to the cell while at fruition, it was ill-advised to allow it to possibly open, thus allowing what might be outside in, and what might be inside out. The system has the capacity to throttle all 4 connected worlds. The idea, as you are well aware, is to suppress the ecosystem power and thus inhibit full maturity of the trees. It was postulated, and since became apparent, that this suppression will keep whatever unknown maturity process from happening and grant us direct control over tree fruition. The rate of dissipation... Now I'm reading this one that you're looking at. The rate of dissipation is sensed and regulated automatically. The power is collected through villain-engineered extruded cables that attached directly to the dome membrane. Okay. When the maximum power level is exceeded, the dissipation phase is triggered, creating an electrical charge followed by discharge into the water. Through electrolysis, an amount of hydrogen and oxygen is generated. We capture some of these elements for our own use, but the great majority is released into our atmosphere. This gassing might be a cause for concern were it not for the ecosystem's ability to filter and maintain our atmosphere at near ideal levels. Excess hydrogen and oxygen content and pressure generated by the process is rebalanced quickly by the membrane. As you know, we discourage swimming when the bleeder is operational. Yeah, no joke. Regards, CW. Okay. So CW is the builder around these parts. Let's unlock that. Whoops. What on earth is that? Okay, whatever that is, I can change colors. Weird. It moves towards wherever my mouse is. We got a United States flag here for some reason. Oh my god, more stuff I can't read. peek into the mayor's journal and find out his deepest, darkest secrets. Let's see if there's anything else around here. Three-digit code. What could it be? Well, I'm going to take a look at the books that are the journal. Let's see. What three-digit codes do I have? There's got to be something. Okay, so I can try 435, which is on that flyer for the lawyers. 435 is not it. Okay. Maybe it's 555? Whoops. Okay. Is it 15? Nope. Alright, so I don't know what the code is still. Let's go take a look at this journal. Okay. 17,125 AH. Special Council Session discussed final... Let me zoom this in. Special Council Section 2. Discuss final approval of Farley's plan with regard to the imminent attack. The full council vote was unanimous, and I gave my final approval. Preparations update. Farley says that tunneling is almost complete. Thom informs us that the Villines just completed their construction and have started testing. 17,126 AH. Special Council Session 12. Okay, so that was Council Session 11, not 2. No one attended. I'll inquire as to reason for their absence. Then the next day, it appears that the council members feel like we're having too many meetings. Since the plan has been approved, perhaps we can reduce our meetings to every 2 days for now. While I was asking Cecil about his absence, I also inquired about securing the tower area. And then the next day, Special Council Session 13. Cecil will provide a new key code for the lower lock in the next few days. Cecil was concerned about any survivors not having access, so it was decided that we would conceal the code in Farley's house and give the residents the location as they were being chambered. I also had him change the upper tower access code. A clue to that code has been placed under the direction of our first mayor. Okay, so the code is concealed in Farley's house, and they gave the residents the location. Okay, so that location in that circle, there were two circles, and then there was a smaller circle pointing somewhere on that map. That was, I guess, pointing to here, telling them that's the location of the lower lock. So the code is concealed in Farley's house. The upper tower access code was to do with DC, placed under the direction of our first mayor. So there was that box with the compass in it. So that has to do with direction. Did that belong to the first mayor? And then it says DC on it. Well, I don't know. Trial and error worked for me. I've decided to bring some of the more important mayor's logs with me for chambering, specifically the initial Hunrath log, and then the logs that document the history of our conflict with the Mofang. I would think we would have an extra chamber available for historic documents. Then the next day, Special Council Session 14. Only Them attended. He informed me that because of the dire circumstances, the others were either extremely busy or not inclined to have long discussion about the situation. I told him that I would suspend the regular special council sessions and we would simply meet as the need arose. Then the next day, I paid a visit to Farley today. I asked her to check on the availability of a chamber for the documents. Then 4 days later, 17,135 AH, I spent the last few days collecting documents. I divided them into two categories, chambered and vaulted. The vaulted are less important, but obviously worth making an effort to save. They can be moved into Farley's vault area. The vaulted category will also include any books that we've managed to collect through the years. Okay, so the vault, I've seen that area behind the door once the door is open, the big path in the tunnel that was blocked by the teleportation device. With less than a week remaining before chambering begins, the population is tense. We've had several town hall meetings to try and answer any questions, but the realities of the current situation make it difficult to assuage fears. Then the next day, Farley has informed me that there is one final confirmation from Shavar. If Farley doesn't hear from her by the end of 17,141 AH, 3 days later, then there is no turning back. There is an odd justice to Farley's plan in that whatever the Mofang bastards send to kill us will be returned back to them. Then 2 days later, Special Council Session 15. A special meeting was called to go over the plans for the final time. Farley had several instruction sheets to distribute, the Mofang weapon illustration, a list of all souls that will be used as a basis for the chambering manifest, and a thorough summary of the battle plans. These will be distributed as necessary. No word from Shavar. Farley tells me that there will be at least one chamber available for historic documents. Actually, let me change this in the game to the next page. Oh, I was already a page behind. Farley tells me that there will be at least one chamber arranged for historic documents. Any other extra chambers will be loaded with emergency provisions and medications in case either Hunrath or Murray are completely destroyed. No word from Shavar. The next day, no word from Shavar. Death is on our doorstep. Curse the Mofang devils to hell. Then the next day, I'm leaving to be chambered. This journal will remain here to inform any future souls of what our last days were like. Oh. Alright. So, what does that say? Roscoe? Was he the first mayor? Yep, Luther Roscoe. It's hidden under our first mayor's direction. And it says DC. District of Columbia. As for the code... See, the weird thing is it tells me about the code for how to get... It tells me about the code for how to get in both ways. Code for how to get in this way, which was hidden in Farley's apartment, and the code for how to get in this way, which was one of the license plates, though I did not know which one. I just had to try them all. So I think I'm supposed to know the code from Farley's, which I'm guessing is... I'm guessing it's some number from that can be translated from the Villain device. Turn on this gramophone. Guess there's nothing on it right now. Oh, there it goes. There's a note. Oh, it's one of these worksheets. Can't really read it too well, as you might expect. So I'm gonna have to look at it in the screenshots. So it looks like he wrote 4 numbers down here. 1, 18, 5, and 158. Okay. Perhaps that will come into play later. Here we go. This is what I was looking for. I would personally not have an outhouse right where I sleep, but okay. Let's get this tree taken care of. If I can. Oh, wow. Just like the other tree, there's a big path going down. Looks like it was loading. Loading. That doesn't work in stereoscopic 3D at all. But, okay. Okay, so there's the green lead. Let's fill it up. Really nice water effect, the way it flows. Looks like a walkie-talkie. Whoa. So I guess CW will be speaking to me from this later. Look at all these little particles. We've got these leading to all the different worlds. Look at that. I'm still hoping that someday someone will come up with a way to do a star field that doesn't look like a dome. It actually looks like it's way, way far away. This one does not. I can tell the distance. That's a shame. Might be extremely hard to do, honestly. That's why no one succeeded on it. Let's go back. I'm guessing CW will have put up another plate. Yep, we're loading and I can't move. I don't understand why, when you're running a game like this off an SSD, it takes so long to load. I don't even want to imagine what it's like on a hard drive. Alright, I can move again. Yep, we're powered up. Whoa, come on, game. So we've got another tree powered up. Let him know. Oh, is that path open now up there? Yeah, looks like it. Oh, you don't want... Okay. He doesn't even want me to let him know. Hey, I just connected another tree. So it looks like I can get through here now. Can't open that up yet. That's closed. Which is not what I was hoping for. Oh, hey. He connected the battery to all this. At least he did part of the way. Okay. So he had to connect it. Very well, very well. Like, he's coming out, he's working on stuff. So why does he want me to connect the battery? He could just do it himself. You know what I mean? So is there really nothing else that's available here? Yeah, I think so. So I'm going to end this part here, and in the next part, I can go back into the... Oh man, what was that called? Gosh, I forget the name of the world already. The world that I've been playing around with the big machine. You know what I'm talking about. We're going to go back over there and try and figure out that giant stone sphere puzzle. I'll also try and figure out Farley's... the code hidden in Farley's room and Farley's house. We'll see what we can do about that as well. So I'll see you next time. We're making a little bit of progress here. Goodbye.